Okay, so take 2 of row 2 because, well, believe it or not, since I forgot to resolve whatever problems there were on my solid state drive, whatever I recorded before simply does not fucking matter anymore. But I will show you an overview of what I did. So, I put on some more upgrades. I put on the Stage 2 carburetor and manifold, which is probably the only upgrade I really put on in that department. I also put on another flywheel upgrade, along with a Stage 1 exhaust and Stage 1 exhaust manifold. Well, Stage 1 exhaust pipe with manifold, along with a Stage 2 suspension kit, and also a Stage 2 body upgrade. And, well, because my previous attempt of recording didn't count, I'm gonna have to do all 5 of these fucking races again. But hopefully, since I now have prior experience, I might be able to avoid the mistakes I made before, but I wouldn't count on it. So I'm kind of having to do this again. Because, well, the 2 previous video files I recorded simply didn't matter. Plus, the fucking video files decided not to register. So basically, I am trying this shit all over again. Mainly because of that. So, I try this again. In the hopes of saying that something good will come out of this. Knowing that I do now have the prior experience to back me up. And that was terrible. I probably should have put on a transmission upgrade before heading into this. But no matter, we still have plenty more time and plenty more laps to get back to the front. Plus, this might also help me because it will give me some extra incentives to more or less go for the extra dosh, which is partly the reason why I am doing this in the first place, because I get more dosh. And also because I simply cannot be bothered to restart this whole game over again. Because unfortunately, autosave, much to my enjoyment sucking side, or much to my bemusement, autosave is unfortunately locked on, and there is no way for me to physically switch it off, even if I wanted to. It's just not available for me to do in this game, which would have been helpful in this type of situation. But I guess it's just gonna keep happening to me from time to time when my recording hardware decides not to respond. But if it's possible for me to find a way through it, then I will do whatever it takes to find a way through it. I think I was on 72% when I came into this, and then I think heading out of this episode I was about 82% complete once I did these other 4 races. Although, if I ever do decide to redo this as kind of a Redux playthrough, which might happen at some point in the future, providing I get the time to do so, I may have to consider looking into this. But again, much to my personal bemusement, there is no way for me to turn autosave off. And that does present me with a problem when it comes without me using the fucking autosave turn off feature. But this time, however, I fucking win this race first try. And since I don't really have a lot of time, I'm probably not going to spend too much of it focusing on just waiting for the AI to finish. And I just got drilled by Tanya. Okay, that's your finishing results. Let's move on now. Because I want to. Also, because I want to get a replay whilst I'm here. Just so I do not have to shower myself in any more controversy than what I already have done at this point. Considering my video hardware equipment decided not to register. But no matter, I have got the problem fixed now, and hopefully I will not have to deal with this sort of issue again for a while. Although it probably will happen again before too long, because it's just going to. And it's also because I have a physical capture card, not one of those PC base unit installed capture cards. But no matter, I can live with it. It's fine. So that's one race down, and let's now get through the other two races, where I am basically earning more money. Basically just making these my cash grabs. I might also consider removing the loading screen scenes, because they do take at least a few seconds to get there. But anyway, $4,000 for winning, and $96 as a bonus, putting our total up to now $25,300. On now to Fairgrass Challenge, since I did the first race at Red Line River. And also because I basically spent the last hour and a half getting through these races, I basically have to try this again. Because, well, my video hardware fucked up, and I am trying to make a correction to that fuck up. Basically. Or at least it's what I'm trying to do. And keeping myself in third gear, because if I don't I'll lose acceleration. Probably should have done the same for that corner there, but I chose not to. And now, just like that, I have immediately moved up into the lead. Did I also mention once you get done with these races once before, they do turn out to be a lot easier the next time you try to win them? As in, they basically do get easier once you've done them, depending on however long it takes for you to eventually get to the fuck me. Depending on however long it takes for you to get to the gold. But anyway, we'll see how we do. As I shift down into third gear for that corner, avoiding the corner overshoot that would have happened. And right now, I'm here fighting for the lead with... I think that's Katie who I'm fighting for the lead with here. It's either Katie or it's Tanya. It's definitely one of the two. But either way, I am now back in to the race lead. Basically, I'm just re-recording this as a cash grab. And also because, well, I don't really have enough time to start over the game again. And nor do I really want to, because I've already gone long and hard enough just to get up to this point. And I am really hopeful in saying that the problems I have from here on out will not be displayed as clearly. You know, the last time I actually won this race, basically, I can confidently say that race was pretty much a thriller the last time I won it. Because I was basically just mowing down the gap to... I think it was Paul who was in front of me. It was definitely one of the machines that was at the front of this race, but... However, because my capture card failed to get the full recording, I'm not able to show that to you, but basically, I was basically just mowing down the guy in front of me, and then by the time we got to the last corner, we were basically just duking it out tooth and nail, and then in the end, I wound up winning the battle. And I wreck right at the finish. Huh. It was Frank who finished second this time. I was Katie. Yeah, I thought that might have been the bone cracker. And that's everyone. Okay, moving on. As I still have one more race to do in these redo races that I am basically doing because I forgot to solve a simple problem with my capture card before. Just giving myself an extra sip of water. And now we just have one more 4-lap event to do here, and that is Gravel Mound. Let's get it done. And then we should be pretty much out of here in terms of just being done with 3 of these 5 races, which I have won first try on the official episodes. It does take a while for this game to load the races. But either way, once you've done these races before, they just become so much easier to work your way through. Once you've done them once before and you've passed them. I think starting in second gear that time around, it actually proved to be quite the benefactor, because I was not giving off as much wheel spin as I was before. Which is not exactly a good thing if you're seeing yourself when you're basically seeing yourself in the middle of a harbinger, which is basically what a lot of these races typically tend to be. Okay. So, I try this again. And now, I am surprisingly at the front of the field. Which in all honesty is actually not too bad, in my opinion. Even though I just basically rolled myself over in the middle of a tyre stack. Which means that I basically wrecked myself. And I'm still running into shit because I get extra money for it. It's kind of the game's way of just telling me to do it, more or less. That was entirely accidental. That was not on purpose. If you're asking about that instance. But I'm willing to try again, because it's what I must do. I can also confidently say, by the time I am done with recording this episode and the next episode, I will be up by quite a stack in terms of my personal amount of money. I couldn't tell you how many kilometers I was on before, but I think I was on about probably 280 before I did these 3 races, and then after that I think I was up to about probably 310k's or something. I may have to do a Redux playthrough at some point in the future, because that's more or less what I seem to do with playthroughs that I don't really like the looks of, following certain mistakes. Providing I ever get round to doing them, of course. And as long as I don't keep making a fucking tit of myself while trying to fail miserably at holding on to the lead. But either way, I'm keeping myself in the fight, and that's kind of where I need to be. Because I really want to make sure that my effort stacks up. And I'm pretty sure this time around it just might. Especially since I did technically run with the same upgrade settings I had on the car before, with my previous attempt of recording. And through the final corner, and there we go. Victory at Gravel Mound. And once again, Tanya finishes in second, as my car gets drilled. Huh. 1, 2, 3 for the machines. And there we go. That's everyone. So, clean sweep for the machines at Gravel Mound on this attempt. Then we had Ray finishing 4th, Katie 5th, Sue 6th, Seth finishing 7th, and Frank finishing in 8th. Okay, so that is the end of the 4-lappers here on row 2 of the gold events. And now I just have to get through the other 2 events, and then I should probably be up to about less than 40 grand at the least. providing I can get both of those races done on the first attempt. So, you know. Anyway. So that's our first 3 races down, and we get a third of $1,000 in terms of the damages we did. That's nice. Anyway. So those were our 4-lapper races that we just did. And next time we will be doing these 2. I think we were up to about 82% when I did this previously. So the other 2, they're worth about 4%. So yeah. On now to the other 2 races, which I recorded previously. Whatever. You love the rush, you gon' slam it